So, in AB Motivations, today we will talk about how to change our life and be motivated in general. Through this channel, I want to walk you guys through some hacks or practical applications that can be applied to improve our life and change our life. Everyone talks about how to be productive, efficient, and to achieve our goals, how to be a millionaire, or how to lose weight in a month, let's say 10 pounds in a month, or how to be able to achieve your goals that you want to be, to make more money, to have some healthy lifestyle. Everyone talks about all this, but in reality, there is no school or college or any education institutions that focuses on actually achieving your goals. For instance, a teacher will say, study. It will help you improve your grades. But how to study if you're not a nerd or if you have not been historically a very good student? Similarly, a gym trainer would say, eat right or work out, so that you can lose 10 pounds in a month. But how to do that if you've never been an athlete in your life, or if you've never played sports, or if you have never went to a gym in your life? How to do that? Okay, now without taking any more time, because time is more precious than anything in life, that's what AB Motivations believe in, I would delve right into it. How to fix this. And today, I will introduce you guys to my first concept, and in first series of videos I want to talk about is concept of two brains. And I think in science generally they talk about left brain, right brain, blah blah, etc etc. There's emotional brain, there is this practical brain and all that. But from my personal experience, I have found this concept which I think is very interesting, and hopefully you guys would agree with it. So there's one planning brain and there's one execution brain. Now, planning brain will do all the good things. Basically, let's take an example that if you have to lose a weight, say 10 pounds, in a month or a week, it will tell you need to go to gym, you need to work out every day, so on and so forth. Eat right, maybe do keto, or different kind of diets or different kind of exercise. Maybe do weight training, maybe cardio, maybe Pilates, whatever. And it will tell you to search for that. You might go to Google, do the search, figure out what to do, maybe go to a trainer, and he might he might give you a diet chart. But and hopefully in these AV motivations video we might delve into the fitness as well. But for now, let's get back into what the planning brain has done. Planning brain will plan everything for you, your diet, your food, everything will be ready, and you will be motivated. Oh yes, I have to do this. Maybe even you will go to a gym for a couple of days, and maybe even for weeks, even for months. But eventually you will fail, and it happens to everybody. It happened to me, it happens to everybody, and that's the reality of life. So my question is, then why, if the brain is so good, then why aren't we able to do it? It's similar to the teacher saying you have to study for exam, and we know that we have to study for exam, but we don't study eventually unless it's the last day. Why? That brings to the second most part of my concept, which is the second brain. So the right brain or the second brain, in general, for me, for the conversation's sake, I would say it as an execution brain. Now, execution brain is a tricky one. It's a very laid back brain, and there is a reason behind that. So it always prioritizes urgent over important stuff. So what do I mean by that? It activates only when there is something very urgent in your life. For example, if your exam is tomorrow, you will study today, and maybe you might study towards the end of the last hour today. So if you have a party tomorrow and you have to look good, you might go to gym today. You will be motivated to do it. So your execution brain in reality is something which really prioritizes urgent over important. So why does it do that? Like, why does the urgent brain why does the execution brain works on the urgent and not important? And to explain this, maybe I will take you back a couple of 100 years back, as humans back in, say, Stone Age, when lives for human beings were not easy. Our brain was always worried about the next food, or just being in the lookout for any predators and to save ourselves. So the urgency was always valued more than anything important in life in general. So our execution brain was wired to do that. Isn't that interesting? So basically, our execution brain is a tricky brain, but it always values urgency over importance. So, okay, now we know why we only work when we have exams or emergencies or something urgent. But why planning doesn't work? So, we know the reasons behind it. So, there is a planning brain which plans everything, and there's an execution brain which prioritizes urgent over important. So, if getting fit is not urgent, it's not going to happen. So, how can we fix this? And approach is to align your planning brain to your execution brain. And it's very easy to say that, but in reality it's not that easy, and I will walk you guys over it. So the first thing that we need to do is to make sure that, okay, you have planned something, and we have to make sure that the execution brain executes it, but it won't execute it because unless it's urgent. So the way to do it is by tricking your brain. So basically you need to trick your execution brain. Now, how to do that? And this is where another concept comes in, which is called the law of momentum. So the law of momentum, it's similar to what's in physics, right? So, or maybe we can call it law of inertia in physics, where if a body is in motion, it will continue to be in motion unless any external force acts on it. So something like that. So what we need to do is we need to trick our execution brain. And how to do that is, if say you have to go to a gym, just break down the activity into a very small steps. Like, you just get out of the house, that's it. Tell your brain that you have to go to the house, not to the gym. The moment you're outside the house, your brain will not understand what next to do, so you will eventually actually go to the gym. And that is the hack, and that is the way to trick your execution brain in getting to do things that he doesn't like, or it's not urgent, or it doesn't like, or it's not motivated to do. And that's how you build your motivation. Your motivation is built by applying the law of momentum, and that is the key of this video. If anything you can take away from this video is, just remember, forget about all that planning brain, execution brain, and everything. If you need to execute what you want to do, you have to take a small step and trick your execution brain. So let's say if I have to study something, right? So my only thing that I need to do is maybe just sit down. Just take a small step. Have whatever the way you study. Maybe have your pen on your hand, and maybe have your paper in your hand. Whatever the way you study, and then just stop and think. Your execution brain will be tricked again, because now it already has a pen in its hand. It will start writing. So that's how you start. That's the first step of implementing anything. If you're going to a gym, let's take back the example of gym. If you go to the gym, if you think about, okay, every morning I have to wake up and then I have to go to the gym, it looks like a very difficult task for your execution brain. It's never gonna do it, trust me. You have to trick it. So every morning, once you're ready, just get out of the house. Just tell your brain that I have to get out of the house. Moment it's outside the house, you have tricked it already. Now it has no choice but to go to the gym. And similarly in the gym, if you have to do something which you really don't like, let's say some people don't like doing cardio in the gym, right? So it's okay. You do whatever you like. Don't force your brain, right? Don't fight it. Do whatever the easy steps. Maybe if you like training weights, do that, everything. And then maybe, but you know that you have to do cardio today because you got to lose your weight. So what you might tell your brain is, okay, I won't do anything. I will just go and stand on the cardio machine. That's it. I won't do anything. Trick it again. It will go there. You're on the machine. Just switch it on. Now it is tricked. It has no other option but to do it. And that's the basic importance of the hack that I was talking about, which is the law of momentum. To do any difficult task, you have to start it, and you have to start it small. Break it into small pieces, and you will be able to achieve it. So in the end, I would like to summarize this video in a couple of steps. And it's a good way to remind us what this video is about. So the first thing is how to be motivated, right? And how to be motivated depends on two parts of the brain, the planning brain and the execution brain. Planning brain plans, this is the part where everybody makes it work. Everybody is able to do it, which is plan what to do in your life. Whether, let's say, if you have to lose weight, what are the steps that we need to do. The second part is the execution brain, where we fail. And the reason we fail is because they are not aligned. Now, the third important step is how to make sure the execution brain works. And the answer to that is to trick that brain. And how can you trick it? It's simple. By applying the law of momentum. And the law of momentum, what does it say? It says take a small step in that direction. If you have to go to the gym every day, don't tell your brain that I have to go to the gym and I have to get ready for it. Just get ready and just take one step out of the house. That's it. That is what you need to do, nothing else. And the moment you're outside of the house, you have already tricked your brain. It has no options but to go to the gym. Similarly, if your task for today is to wake up early in the morning at 5 a.m., so the moment your alarm goes on, it's 5 a.m., you're feeling really bad, you don't want to get out of the bed, just tell your brain, I don't have to wake up, I just need to put my feet outside the bed. That's it. Just do that. Take a small step and you will see the moment you do that, you're already awake. And the only way normal people like us can get things done by applying law of momentum, taking small steps and tricking our execution brain. And the moment the execution brain is tricked, it gets into the law of momentum, it's getting into the process, and automatically it aligns with your planning brain. And that's how you'll be able to achieve most of your daily stuff that you want to work on. So for today, I will take my leave now. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. If you think this video and forthcoming videos will be helpful to you, please like the video, share and subscribe. And thank you so much. Have a great day.